Hey everyone, today I'm going to be painting a set of Mandalorian armor, and it's not the only way to do this, but I found it that the way that I'm doing it today is probably the easiest way for me, and it's pretty economical as well. Now I do paint outside. Unfortunately I don't have a shop. I wish I did. Maybe in the future I'll be able to set something up. When I do paint outside, you have to deal with contaminants and the environmental factors. Right now it's 91 degrees out here in Miami. It's pretty blistering hot, and it's only like 11 in the morning. As far as equipment, I'm going to be painting today with a Black Widow HTE spray gun. That's basically Harbor Freight's top of the line spray gun. It works well for me. I started off with Harbor Freight's cheapest guns, and I practiced, and I just felt that I would stick with Harbor Freight. I looked into DeVilbiss and Iwatas and different guns, but I just figured Harbor Freight's working fine. They're economical, so I just went with that, and it's working perfectly for me. Paint. So I'm going to be using Alclad Chrome today. It's, again, I think it delivers great results, and it's fairly inexpensive to purchase. And I pick it up in the 4-ounce bottle sizes, and they tend to go a pretty long way for me. Okay, so let me show you guys what I do here and how I prep this. So this here is going to be the set of armor I'm going to be working on today. This particular set was made by Josh Jones. He made this set for me, and he's been producing them for a little while. I went ahead and picked one up. When I received it, the casts were very, very clean. They are resin casts, by the way. They were very clean. They required very little cleanup prior to prime and paint. So after I primed them, I went ahead and sprayed them black with a black base coat, and then I went and hit them with a 2K clear coat on top of that. The idea is to try to get the black paint as glossy as possible. See, if you get up close enough, it looks chrome already. That way when you add the chrome, you just add very little chrome, and that just makes that chrome color pop out. So again, this is just the way that I do this. I'm gonna put on my mask, put some paint in the gun, and start spraying. All right, got the gun all set up, ready to go here. So I'm gonna start with the chest piece here. What I'm gonna do is, the way I set up the gun is I have it down to a wide fan. You want a wide fan, so this produces about a 12 to 14 inch fan size. And I have the pressure, the actual, not the pressure of the air. I have the amount of volume of paint that's coming out set to the lowest level possible. Okay, so you want very little paint coming out. Okay, I have the pressure set to about 22 psi. Okay, I know some people use less. I like it coming out a little stronger. So again, 22 on the psi. Wide fan, very small amount of product coming out. Like I said, very small amount of this stuff goes a long way. You don't want to waste product. If you throw too much paint on there at once, all you're gonna do, and I've done that before, by the way, all you're gonna do is get like this huge globby mess, and it's not gonna give you that reflectivity that you're looking for. It's just gonna dull, and it's gonna be a mess, guys. All right, so very little at a time, and just go through the whole piece. Take a look at it. All right, dries fairly quickly. I'd say within 4 to 5 minutes it's completely dry to the touch. Take a look at it. Give it several coats as needed until you get the reflectivity that you're looking for. Okay, so here we go. Hope you guys can see this, but I'll bring it up to you as I go. Now, that's just one very small light coat. And you can already see there, okay, what's happening here. Very nice shine coming through, okay. So what you do is you hit it with one light coat, let that settle in. It kind of like spreads out on its own. Just let it spread out nice and even. Give it a couple seconds and then just keep repeating that same process until you're happy with the results that you're getting. So I'm going to go ahead and hit it again. Now the Mandalorian's armor isn't really like a bright chrome, like let's say Captain Phasma or a Cylon. It's more like a darkened, dull, little duller on the chrome. Now this stuff will get really, really reflective, really shiny. I like to start off that way, to where it's very, very bright, and I can always dull down from there with weathering materials later on and stuff like that. If you dull it down from the beginning, you can't bring it back to shiny, so I just like to keep it there. And there you go. Looking pretty good. Nice clouds. It's supposed to be rain coming in later on, so I'm trying to paint in the morning before those rain clouds come in. Probably hit it one more coat here. A little thicker. Lay it in on them. It's looking pretty good. Let's check the paint here. Now I just put a little bit of paint, a little over the neck. So right around here is where the paint is. I just refill as I go. I have put too much paint in here and end up throwing it away. Alclad's about this right here, guys. That's what I'm using. You guys can see that right there. Okay, so Alclad Chrome. Model number is ALC 4107. This is 4 ounces. This is about $40 shipped to your door. I picked them up on eBay. Even movements. Light material going on. Keep the paint gun moving. Don't stop moving. That's pretty good. I know the compressor just cut on, but the idea is to see your reflection in it, but not that many details. I think I got it right where I want it right now. So you don't want it like a mirror, exactly. You want to be able to see your reflection in there, but not like a mirror, perfectly detailed. Let's set this down over here. Set that down over there. Let's start with the add plate. I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more paint here, running low. I have run out of paint in the middle of a piece, and it kind of freaks me out a little bit. It makes me feel like I'm working against a clock or something, but a little bit more paint. That's the end of that bottle. All right, let's go with the add plate here. Now I do prep these prior to getting started. I just rub a little rubbing alcohol on them, get any debris or any oils that's on the material off of it. But again, I'm working outside, guys, and contaminants are always something you gotta compete with. All right, here we go. Keep the brush moving. This one is a little difficult to pick up here. I'll show it to you guys. There you go. There it is. That's just one coat so far. Okay. Do it with another coat. Looking good. Coat number 2. I'm not going to do the whole set on film here, guys. I'm going to do this piece and then one more piece after that. I'm just going to keep working here and I'll show you guys the finished product at the end. Yep, looking really nice. I love this stuff, man. Once I figured out how to do this, I'm like chroming my own house. Everything on the house, I'm going around chroming. I'm probably gonna chrome a Stormtrooper helmet. I had a Silver Surfer from Marvel that was gray. He's silver now, the way he's supposed to be. All right, looking pretty good. All right, show you guys this here. There we go. All right, looking pretty good. Now, it's kind of hard to tell, but I can see it. There's going to be a little bit of a coating on top, all right, that you can just buff out. You can just get a little rag and buff it off, okay? It's a little haze on it, all right, you can just take that off. Now, I can see it from here. You guys probably can't see it, but I can definitely see it on there. Once it dries up, I just go ahead and buff it a little bit with just a rag or something, and it'll go ahead and take care of all of that. And that's it. A little bit on the heavier side of that last final coat. And put it over here. I'm going to do a shoulder belt. I don't know what it is with me and pauldrons. You know, I love shoulder belts. Okay, so this is the one with the mud horn on it. Particularly love this piece. I love what the designers for the show did with this. Okay, it's very nice. It's got a raised center here and raised edges all around. Unlike Boba Fett's or other Mandalorians that's just flat. This is a very heavy, very nice piece. Let's check the status of the paint here. Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop a little bit more paint in there. Where's my... Here it is. Just shake this stuff up pretty good. Throw it in the gun. And you do not have to... Give me a second. The best thing about this paint is that you don't have to dilute it. You don't have to mix it with anything. Okay? You can just put it straight into the gun and start spraying. And that's it's definitely a plus there. For the most part with the base coats and your 2K clear coats, you have to dilute that stuff. You have to mix it to get it to where you can spray through the gun, but you just pour this right into the gun, you're good to go. Alright, here we go. Turn this around. Oh, that's looking pretty. There you go. Again, that's just one coat. Second coat. Shoulder pauldron. Very nice reflectivity already. I'm going to hit it with one more coat. Make sure it's where I want it. Again, guys, I'm still new to this. Okay, this is my not my first time working with a HVLP gun. Okay, but my first time spraying with chrome and things of this nature. So I'm still learning as I go. You guys have any tips? Go ahead and leave them in the comments. We're all you know, trying to get better at what we do here. But again, this is a fairly easy process, fairly easy thing to learn. If you don't have availability of using an HVLP gun or buying a compressor and all that stuff, I do have a 20-gallon compressor. If you can't do all that, I understand that some people are using airbrushes and they're spraying these down with airbrushes, and that works well also. I mean, I've seen some excellent jobs with people using airbrushes. The only thing is that the airbrush is not going to cover the large surface area that we're dealing with here. You know, airbrush is going to have a smaller fan and just cover smaller areas at once, so it might take you a little longer. This is easy, relatively quick to do. Okay, so again, here it is. That's pretty much it for that one. I'm happy with those results. I like the way it turned out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish the rest of the armor, and then I'll catch up with you guys at the end, show you how it turned out. Alright, all done. Looks really, really nice. I'm very happy with the results. I went back and darkened up the pieces a little bit. Again, let me show you about here. There we are. Again, I went back and darkened up the pieces a little bit. Just put a couple more layers on it. I mean, still very, very reflective. And really nice. This is, of course, the Beskar version. Very nice reflectivity there. Love that mud horn. But yeah, very happy with this. And again, if I feel it's too bright or too chrome, too shiny and chrome, witness me. I'll just go back and weather it up a little bit. I use different powders and inks and stuff for my weathering, so I'll just weather it. Again, you know, being outside, there's, I don't know if you can see them, but a couple of imperfections. Every once in a while you have like a gnat or cat hair or something land on top of the pieces, and that's the beauty of weathering, though. You can just cover it all up with some battle damage. So obviously I didn't learn any other stuff on myself, guys. I watched a lot of videos. I have friends, you know, my brother Juan Peralta at Air Colors. He's a professional painter. I mean, I think I called him 3 to 4 times a day just to pick his brain and, you know, get tips from him. A couple of other guys that I picked things up off YouTube, and, you know, I'll mention them at the end there. I can't remember their names off the top of my head. I remember one guy saying that you know, hey, don't sweat it. It's just paint. And he's right. You know, just go out there, buy the supplies, get your stuff together, and just start throwing some paint on this stuff and see what happens. You know, honestly, that helmet, I think I did it 3 times. You know, I had to paint it. I messed it up, sanded it all down, brought it back down to the bare plastic, primed, base coat, clear coat, chrome, 3 times until I finally got the desired effect that I was looking for. So just go out there and do it, guys. Don't be afraid of messing things up. Actually, you know, I tell people now that sometimes a friend will give me a piece of armor and they'll say, hey, go ahead, and I'll start like cutting into it right away, and they're like, whoa, dude. And I'm like, hey, listen, man, you know, there's very little things that can't be fixed. So just go out and do it. And I've learned by making mistakes how to fix those mistakes. So that's a good thing. It gives you confidence to work with the materials, and if you make a mistake or you mess something up, you have the ability to fix it and start all over again. So get out there and start building, guys. All right, till next time. Take care.